All right, let's fucking do it.
No, I won't stop moving on up. Damn, I'm so close, I can just feel it. Yo, I'm coming out ready or not. All I know is it is what I'm making believe us. No, I ain't got time for the rot. Fuck if I did, we can just leave us. Yo, I heard about coming out hot. Cause all I know is it is what I'm making you believe us. All I'm known as haters, but I'm making you believers. All I'm known as haters, but I'm making you believers.
What's up, everybody? Welcome one and all to the greatest one-man show in the history of all mankind. You know what it is. It's the Dusty Smith Show, and I'm your host, Dusty Smith, which all tracks. Thank you. Thank you for joining me tonight. As always, have a decent show. Gonna do a kind of a casual show tonight. Why not? Not a whole lot happened this weekend. Just another mass school shooting. Yeah, why not, America? Super cool. Gonna talk about that, folks. A new Trump rally in Waco, Texas. And what better place for a cult leader to have a rally than in Waco, Texas? And just as you expect, it is culterific. A lot of weird ass people there. So Beyond Parody coming at you. Gonna talk about Dolly Parton being banned, because of course, if there's one person I think of when I think of evil wokeness, it's Dolly Parton. I don't know. It's all good. It's a crazy world. One hero at the end. Spoiler alert, it's Jon Stewart. Folks, be sure to join me on the after party tonight. After every show, I do an after party, like 20, 30 minutes. Bonus material just for my patrons out there. And tonight, we're going to watch everything, not everything, because that would be a lot. We're going to show you what Reddit thinks are the most important, most interesting stories of today. Let's see how great I did with selecting them here. They had some ones I didn't pick. Going to cover that. Some enraging, angering cop videos. Gonna take a look at that after party. So if you're not a patron, be sure to subscribe to my Patreon right now. Like this video, do that. And also super chats. You guys know how it works. The lifeblood of the show is the super chats. I don't sell nothing. I don't sell no dick pills. I try not to scam anybody. So I take super chats and I read everything you say on the super chats. So you can buy my love on the super chats and have me read your very important message to live throughout history. So do it on the super chats. Help out the show. But let's go ahead and get started off, folks. You know what time it is. It's time for some religious bullshit. Sing!
Religious bullshit.
What?
Religious bullshit.
Who?
Religious bullshit.
It's time for religious bullshit. Just the chicks.
It's time for religious bullshit.
Did you do it? You bet I've done it. Don't leave me hanging, ladies. And first off, on tonight's religious bullshit, hey, they just tell us outright what they want to do, folks. Take over the government. Make us obey biblical doctrines. Because cool, why not? That seems totally constitutional. Here is Blaine Canzade, a Christo-fascist ghoul, explaining it all to us.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see you tonight. Man, this is a good crowd. Thank you for coming out.
Blaine Canzade is a key figure in
Not loud enough.
conservative Idaho
Louder.
politics. He's helped pass laws restricting access to abortion and limit trans students' participation in girls' sports. Now he's rallying support for his latest effort.
The House Bill 265, the drugs legislation, passed off the House floor this morning.
But there's a larger plan behind it, to make biblical law the law of the land.
There's one objection that we always hear. You can't legislate morality. You can't impose your morality on others or expect your morality to reign in the public square.
Uh-huh.
Is that true?
Yes.
As Christians,
is.
we know that God's law is the perfect reflection of morality.
No.
And if his law is the perfect reflection of
It's
morality, then wouldn't we want to model our civil laws after his?
We wouldn't, because the Bible says slavery is okay. It says you can beat your slaves, and if they don't die, it's fine. Tells you how to sell your daughters, right? Tells them to go into the next town, kill every motherfucker in there, and take the little non-virgin children as your sex slaves. Seems bad. Says murder adulterers. All kinds of stuff that I'm pretty sure this guy would be killed for if we actually started following it.
What would your ideal America look like?
So we would want to see government following biblical law.
You wouldn't.
When it comes to moral issues.
No.
It would look more
Only
like
the moral issues he wants. He would ignore everything the Bible says when it suits him. He only wants to implement the things that he wants personally and going to claim he speaks for God in order to do so. Typical fascist bullshit.
like the United States in the 17 and 1800s. When you follow God's laws, you experience the same type of prosperity, freedom, no matter what time you're implementing.
Yeah, remember how free we were back in the 1700s in America? Wasn't everybody free back then? Because, God. We followed his laws, and so everybody was so free. I can't think of one group of people who wasn't free back then. Can you? Wonder why he wants to go back to that time period. It's a mystery.
Implementing those laws in.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that America was necessarily a free country back in the 18th century.
I would beg to differ.
I'm
America
sure he
at
would.
that time was the most free country in the world and has remained that.
I'm sure white shithead disagrees that it was a very free country back then for people like him.
way since.
What's going to happen to gay people?
Somebody who is same-sex attracted would have just as much of a place in society. We would
They wouldn't.
probably not recognize,
Okay.
a marriage.
Then they don't have the same place in society, dipshit.
So not really. Not really just as much of a place.
Oh, absolutely, just as much of a place.
But there would be certain things that they would be barred from.
No, they wouldn't be barred from
You just said they
anything
would.
that anyone else would be allowed to do.
Except marriage.
Well, they could still get married, right? They would just have to marry somebody of the other biological sex.
Uh-huh.
So
We're laughing.
yeah,
We are
we have to
laughing.
set boundaries on
Totally.
marriage, right? We already do with polygamy.
We don't.
Do you ever-
All right, we shouldn't do it on polygamy either, to be honest with you.
I wonder if you're like on the wrong side of Footloose with Kevin Bacon.
Are you the baddies?
We don't want the dancing to take place.
Yeah, exactly. Well, is that what you're saying?
No, of course not.
Yes,
but
of course it is.
we will keep pushing until biblical truth and Christian morality is the prevailing philosophy and the.
And this just in from God. This guy rapes children. I didn't say it. Once again, let me clarify. I have no firsthand personal knowledge that this guy is a child rapist. I'm only telling you what I'm receiving from God himself. So if you're going to sue me, you have to prove that God is not telling me that you are a child molester. So, good luck, fucko. And moving right along here on this hellscape in which we unfortunately spiral through the universe on. You know what I hate? I hate when every once in a while you see like a lefty or a Democrat or something talk about the Dalai Lama like he's intelligent. Oh, the Dalai Lama said this. Oh, this is a Dalai Lama quote. Dalai Lama's a fucking moron. Everybody in every religion is fucking stupid. It's all ridiculous. There's no reason to give it any credit whatsoever, even the Dalai Lama. So apparently, every time the Dalai Lama tries to name a new kid as their spiritual leader, not like that's mind-numbingly fucking stupid or anything, they end up disappearing and shit. China is like, no, we don't like that, so we're just going to kill whoever you pick. So this year he picked a Mongolian boy in America, because I guess China can't come over here and kill a U.S. little boy or whatever. But good God, he's 8 years old. The kid don't fucking know shit. He is not a spiritual leader of anything, you idiots. What is wrong with you? If you start getting your belief system, your morals from a fucking child, then I'm going to treat you like the fucking children you are. Don't come at me with this goddamn Dalai Lama bullshit. And then, folks, I have a mea culpa to make. I'm a moron. I saw these AI pictures of the Pope, and I know when you see it, you're going to make fun of me because I thought they're real. I don't know how I thought this was real, folks. But spoiler alert, they're not real. Now, look, let me defend myself. The Pope can wear a jacket like this, okay? Vatican got all the money in the world. They richer than Elon Musk. I'm thinking, hey, it looks warm. Maybe he was cold, all right? Maybe they went and bought a Pope like a new, real expensive fucking jacket. It looks like it would like be super hot, right? But they even got me with the Pope in his fucking drip, looking amazing in his fit, as all the kids are saying these days. You can ask them. They're all saying that. And cool. AI getting too good even for me, folks. I can't even trust my own eyes anymore. And the Pope need to get him some jackets just like this, because he never looked cooler. I still can't stand him. I still think he's the leader of the largest cabal of boy rapists in the world. But looking fly, Pope. Keep it up. And I did believe it too, right? So sad, this era we're living in. And of course, speaking of the cabal of boy rapist, this priest said, hey, I got an idea. How about when somebody comes into confessional and starts admitting to raping children, we tell somebody and they're like, fired, instantly fired. What are you talking about? You can't out pedophiles in the Catholic Church. That's sort of our whole thing, dude. Read the room. So yeah, he fired a priest who was punished for saying clergy should report sexual abuse confessions. A Catholic priest, I guess he wasn't fired, he just can no longer hear confessions. So it's basically like being fired from the confessional box. A Catholic priest will no longer be allowed to hear confessions after he made the grave mistake of suggesting priests should report confessions involving child abuse to local authorities. God damn it. Shame on you for wanting to protect children. As it stands, if someone walks to a confessional booth and admits to molesting a child, the priest doesn't have to do anything with that information. Just say a couple of Hail Marys. Yeah, you're forgiven. Just do this shit and say a prayer over and over again. It's almost like you didn't rape a child at all in the eyes of God. God is cool with it. In fact, go ahead and rape all the children you want to and just come back and I'll make you do a little cross thing and say a little prayer a couple times and you're good to go. Don't even fret it. God got your back, child rapist. Compare that to the public school teachers who are required by law to tell a social worker or someone similar if they learn about or suspect a child being abused. That should be the rule. If you know that a child's being raped, you should have to report it or else you go to jail. You're like an accessory after the fact. That should be the law. Fuck your religion, you cabal of pedophiles. But hey, cabal of pedophiles doing what cabal of pedophiles do, covering up for other pedophiles. So, super cool Christianity. Not a single person, not one, boycotting the Catholic Church on the right. Nobody talking about it. They don't care, folks. They don't care. And that is my very quick, very short, very brief religious bullshit tonight. What do you think about that? The original groomers, yep, no one does it like religion do it. Welcome to the club, bro. I know. At the club, raping all the kids. No child left behind. Yeah, no child's behind left. Is that what you mean? Both can be true, I guess. The Pope already has very expensive clothing. He does, but he ain't got no fucking drip like that. Looking amazing. I think we can all agree. And all right, moving right along, folks. Gonna finish up this episode quick as shit. Let's go ahead and do some Trash World. Woo! Woo! A trash world! A trash world! The dumpster fire is hellish! Trash world! Trash world! Everything sucks! All of the time! Why am I so pitchy? I butchered that. Worst trash world ever. It's almost like this world is fucking trash and even I can't do my own theme song correctly. Anyway, in this trash world, like I said, another week. Another school shooting. This one's in Nashville. 3 children and 3 adults killed in Nashville Elementary School. Person used to go to this Christian school, walked into the school, shot the lock off, and then killed 3 adults. And I think I killed 2 adults and 3 kids, maybe. Is that what it is? Yeah, and then they also got killed by the police. At least the police did their job this time, right? But another AR-15. Another situation of a mentally ill person getting access to a weapon they should have no business having access to. We don't have any kind of reasonable gun regulations in this country, and we're never going to. Never going to. Nobody cares. I hate to say this. I'm not saying this to be flippant. I'm not saying this to be cold. But I didn't even put this school shooting in like the top 4 stories I was going to cover. In this country, school shootings have almost become boring. They're happening so often. No one is ever doing anything about it. There's nothing new under the sun ever with this stuff. The same old arguments from the conservatives. The Democrats really ain't doing shit either. No one actually cares about the kids, folks. They pretend they do by boycotting Drag Queen Story Hour while they're taking their kids to Catholic churches to be raped, letting their kids get murdered in school continuously. We don't give a shit in this country. This entire country's mentally ill. Everybody should have like mandatory therapy sessions at this point. In fact, there's a huge section of this audience from other countries that just watch this show to feel better about their shitty country, and I don't blame you. It's depressing as fuck. And I don't know, this is the rumor. I don't know if this is true or not, but this is going around mostly the conservative blogosphere that this person was transgender. Now, they were born female with a vagina and all, female. But on their LinkedIn page, they had he, him pronouns. So I don't know if this person is actually a female to male transgender person or not. I mean, you can't really assume that based on the limited information I have right now, but it's possible this person was female to male transgender. Audrey Hale. Like I said, they apparently used to go to that school. I don't know if they felt like they were mistreated at that school, and that's why they did that. But regardless, killing innocent children makes you a billion times worse than anything that school ever thought about doing to you. And you're dead now. Good. The world is better off that you're fucking taking a dirt nap right now. I only wish there was a hell in which you could suffer more. You fucking giant, horrific piece of shit. And of course, Chud's using this as an excuse to attack all trans people, when it's almost always a cis white male. But they don't use that as an excuse to shit on all cis white males, right? And they don't use that to say all men are bad, right? But a trans person does it. It's the trans people. Fits right into their trans panic narrative. Never to miss an opportunity to politicize a tragedy like this. Marjorie Trader Greene. How much hormones like testosterone and medications for mental illness was the transgender Nashville school shooter taking? Everyone can stop blaming guns now. Yeah, it's definitely, it happened one time. So it's definitely all these school shootings that are taking place all the time are probably from testosterone and hormones, not guns, right? We don't have to have reasonable gun laws. We don't have to keep AR-15s out of the hands of crazy people. No, it's the trans people you should be scared of. As always, is it okay to, can we dead name now? I don't think I'm using a dead name. I have not heard that they're used any other name. Apparently that's the name they use in their LinkedIn. But if I am, somebody can let me know. I don't care. We'll correct the record. And then, this had nothing to do with the shooting, but this took place the day before. The day before this horrific piece of shit went and killed a bunch of kids, adults at a school. Marjorie Trailer Queen at a local gun store protesting the FBI, the ATF, Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, who are investigating this store for perhaps sending guns to places illegally, not doing proper background checks. And this kind of thing just goes to lay bare how fake people like Marjorie Trader Queen is. She continuously bitches about the Mexican cartels, continuously bitches about how the United States government should just attack Mexico. We should declare war on Mexico and start sending missiles at their cartel. But almost nothing helps the cartels more than American gun laws, because this is how they arm themselves. They come over to our country. They get all these weapons legally or semi-legally, because it's very easy to do, and they ship them all over there. You think for 1 second she wants to do anything about that? Hell no, because it's all fake all the time. Anyway, here she is out there bitching at law enforcement for trying to enforce our gun laws in this country the day before a mass shooting with an AR-15.
It is normal. This is just a routine inspection that happens in Georgia. We have a lot of FFL. All the FFL, in a sense, get inspected some sort of time. So let me ask. But they come unexpectedly. It's not, you put it in the book.
But not normal to be out of state. This has got 16 of them, and most of them are all from out of state. That's not normal. That's unprecedented. And that seems to be a change with the Biden administration, who have made their intent very clear. They're against.
Yes, to enforce gun laws. Oh my! Law and order people are so pissed when you try to enforce the law.
Second Amendment, and they're making well known to gun owners and
Good.
gun dealers.
You don't notice, motherfuckers.
And we don't understand why did they leave. We were just saying hello
Well,
to them, and
the,
why did they all go
agent,
get in the car?
the inspectors do not speak to me. That's my job,
Okay.
or it's the
Why are you even talking to this Cro-Magnon, three-toed bitch? Walk away.
We told them, we introduced ourselves, told them who we are.
Fuck
It's
off.
kinda like,
You have no jurisdiction here. No one gives a shit about you. Get fucked, Marjorie.
Yes.
I serve on the oversight committee. We all have committees we serve on, and we're here for the people to
You're not.
also basically hold the government accountable.
Yeah, we're here to make sure every crazy cretin can get a gun and go shoot up a school with.
And when the government has been weaponized and people feel like their gun rights are threatened, or gun dealers feel like their businesses are threatened,
No, we feel like our children are threatened.
that's where we step in and make sure that the government is not out of control. And a lot of gun owners and a lot of people feel that way, unfortunately, about
Yes, because you guys continuously lie to them and tell them somebody's coming to take their guns. You cause the problem and then you bitch about it and use that as an excuse.
your
But that's not the
agency,
way.
the ATF.
Right.
So we just say,
Anyway, day before mass shooting, showing exactly what they care about. Don't give a single damn about any murdered child. Just want to make sure it continues to happen forever. And here is Andy Ogles, the representative of the district where the 3 elementary kids were killed today. Here they are. Ammosexuals. I would say this is virtue signaling, but it's more like ammo signaling to their other ammosexuals. Hey, I'm one of you. I'm a gun nut like you. Yeah, keep voting for it, idiots. Keep voting for it, Nashville. Keep on. Who gives a shit if your kids are murdered, right? Who gives a shit you can't go to fucking Walmart anymore without worrying about getting shot in the back of the fucking head, right? Who cares? Keep electing sons of goddamn fucks like this, because you know what happens? You get what you fucking deserve. Unfortunately, your children don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. But they get it anyway. They also get it. They also get it whether they deserve it or not, because you people don't actually give a shit. You are about nothing. You fucking are nothing. Here's Rick Scott's response. Rick Scott doesn't want any gun laws at all, doesn't want any background checks, no red flag laws. Instead, he wants to have the death penalty for somebody who was already killed. Because that's a giant deterrent, isn't it? Isn't this person that's already dead going to be so scared by the death penalty? Rick Scott says, we need to consider an automatic death penalty for school shooters. She dead, moron! Or he. Whichever it turns out to be. Life in prison is not enough for the deranged monsters who go into our schools to kill innocent kids and educators. How about we have a mandatory life sentence for politicians who don't take action to protect our kids? How about you guys become accessories after the fact and we put you in some deep, dark fucking hole and never let you see the light of day again? How about that, Rick? I bet that would deter some motherfuckers from shooting up a school. Pray for all facing the unimaginable in Nashville. This is horrible and must stop. Yeah. Are you going to do anything about it? No. Are you going to ask for prayers every time it happens? Yes. Is anything going to change? No. Is this all complete bullshit from uncaring, heartless fiends? Yes. Yes, it is. And Fox News doing what Fox News does. Who could be responsible for this? No one's to blame. Let's just keep praying to God.
I know that the one local official there talked about prayer and how, and you mentioned this, I mean, people mock it and say that it's not a good thing.
Good.
But I think sometimes we have nothing left but to say, God, please help us that we can't make sense of this situation, but just meet us in the grief. And sometimes that's all we can ask for.
Yes, God, you let this happen. God, you can stop anything. But instead of asking you to do that, instead of expecting you to do it, instead of holding you accountable when you do nothing, we just want to ask you, could you please be upset with us? Yeah, hey, maybe God can pray to himself that it'll fucking stop. Ghouls in this country, folks. They don't care about the children. They're not going to do anything about it. It's never going to end. It's never going to change. But one hero did step up. I don't know who this is. I don't know if they've identified her yet. Unfortunately, Fox News left their cameras rolling a little too long. And when she was started, they couldn't cut her off. Watch this hero get on national television and just lay down the fucking law.
Aren't you guys tired of covering this? Aren't you guys tired of being here and having to cover all of these mass shootings?
No,
I'm from
they're not.
Heidelberg.
They try to cut her off and thought better of it. Let her speak.
Family vacation with my son, visiting my sister-in-law. I have been lobbying in D.C. since we survived a mass shooting in July. I have met with over 130 lawmakers. How is this still happening? How are our children still dying, and why are we failing them?
They don't care.
Gun violence is the #1 killer
Yep.
of children and teens. It has overtaken cars. Assault weapons are contributing to the border crisis and fentanyl. We are arming cartels with our guns and our loose gun laws. And these shootings and these mass shootings will continue to happen until our lawmakers step up and pass gun safety
Never
legislation.
happened. Nope.
I'm pretty sure this was an unsecured weapon that this teenager got a hold of.
She wasn't a teenager. She was 28. It was incorrectly reported at first. It was a teenager.
And pass gun safety, like safe storage laws in this country to protect kids from getting a hold of weapons that they shoot each other with.
Yep, cut her off quick. She's talking too much sense, folks. Let's just pray. Another million or so prayers ought to do it. It won't? Who gives a shit? In gun we trust. That's America. And yeah, kids in Tennessee aren't being killed by drag shows. Even if this person does turn out to be a female to male transgender person, it had nothing to do with drag shows at all. Yet that's what they're outlawing in Tennessee right now. Ban them anyway to protect children. They don't give a shit about protecting children. Not a little, even tiny bit. All they care about is pretending that they have solutions while they do nothing, while our kids die. And even more depressing, the very few left-wing outlets that are still left, and there aren't very many of them anymore. Here's one of the Texas Observer, one of the last bastions of decent reporting in Texas. Legendary crusading liberal magazine closing and laying off all its staff. Our entire media is being bought up by right-wing conservative shitheads. All of it. Even CNN now is run by a Trump supporter. YouTube, completely pandered to conservatives. Twitter, owned by conservative, now a right-wing echo chamber. 9 out of 10 of the most clicked on shit every day at Facebook. 9 out of 10, conservative. Fox News, #1 cable television network in the country. We're being overrun because it's very easy for these rich people just to buy up all our media and then use it to brainwash us into voting against our own best interest. I'm hoping that this is not working. I'm hoping that shows like this could do some kind of counter memes, some kind of counter punch. It almost feels hopeless, though, when I look at what I'm up against, what we're up against. Talking about David versus Goliath, but it's even more than that. It's like an ant against Mount Everest. That's how outgunned we are, folks. I wish I knew what to do about it. Please, I know this is self-serving, but please share the videos. Please, if you're not a patron, be a patron. Please help me get this show out there. I don't know very many other shows like this. I don't know what to fucking do. I'm trying. Help. Please help if you can. And last up on Trash World, on the last show, I had a very spirited rant against Anna Kasparian about her tweet calling out inclusive words, basically, towards trans people in some academic papers. And I got a lot of pushback. People said, hey, no, you were unfair to Anna. She actually explained her entire thing on the Young Turks, and I was going to show this clip on my after party, but nobody could find the clip for me. And then finally after the show, they sent me this clip of her explaining herself, why she, in my opinion, decided to throw transgender people on the bus. As I said, her tweet got spread by every right-wing influencer on Twitter, got like 200,000 likes, almost 100% by right-wingers, which in my opinion is a tactical error. It's a war we're fighting, a fucking war. They say it's a culture war, and it is a culture war. And words are weapons. Words are bullets. And when you put your narratives out there and the right wing takes your narrative and uses it as ammo against trans people, uses it to spread their narratives, it does nothing but hurt the most vulnerable among us. And that is a tactical error, which is what she did, in my opinion. But some people disagreed and said I was wrong. And so here's the video. I said I would watch it. I said I would give her a fair chance to explain herself. So here's what she said.
Jasmine Bryant says, neither trans people or any organization that fights for us wants to refer to you as a birthing person. The language is used in a general sense to include trans men when a general statement is needed. When I'm reading about my rights being stripped away from me by the federal government, and when I'm reading quotes from the Democratic Party that fail to protect my reproductive rights, it adds insult to injury to read not women, but birthing people. I don't want to.
Why? Why does that inclusive language hurt your feelings? See what you're doing here, Anna, by letting the right-wingers take your words and use it to spread their fear against trans people, you're literally doing the opposite of what you claim you're against. You're helping them take and maintain power, which just makes it easier for them to take your reproductive rights away. This is a tactical error. When you see this happening, when you see them use your words to further their narratives, to hurt your side, what you immediately do is you recognize that you're like, oh, I fucked up here. I didn't say it the way it should have been said, obviously, because they're using my words against all of us. So you take it down, then you explain what you meant, and you say, fuck all those people. I understand the error of my ways, and I'm going to make amends for it. That's what you do. That's very simple to do. I've been through this myself. I made a video one time called Fuck Israel, where I laid out what I believe at the time, I think most of it was pretty accurate, my gripes towards the government of Israel. After I released that video, it was adopted by white supremacists and anti-Semites and spread everywhere. Look at this amazing argument against the Jews, Dusty put out. And then when I saw that happen, do you know what I did? I immediately deleted it. Immediately. I immediately recognized that I done fucked up. And I put out a public correction because I did not want that used to hurt people on my own side, to hurt good people. That's just my opinion. Everybody has the right to their own opinion. Okay, please continue.
Ever be referred to as a birthing person under any circumstance. I find it offensive. I respect the transgender community. I just ask that they also respect how other people want to be referred to. Person with a uterus, person who menstruates.
I doubt any of them have said anything otherwise. I mean, at least not enough of them for this to be an issue. I have a giant viewership of trans people. None of them have said, I demand you call yourself a birthing person, a person with a uterus. 0% of them give a shit if you call yourself a woman, Anna. None. So why are you bringing this up as a big issue? It only helps the right.
It's birthing people. I just find it incredibly demeaning. And I'm allowed to feel that way. I don't think that that's transphobic at all. I will fight to the...
I agree. You're allowed to feel that way. I agree that it's not transphobic. It's just a tactical error that helps the other side, which you've seen firsthand by how many of them spread your words and used it to shit on trans people and spread trans panic and fear. That is ultimately only going to hurt trans people. Your words aren't helping any women. They're not. And are they hurting trans people? Yes, they are. Regardless if you meant to or not, that's what's happening here. And you have to understand the reality of the situation instead of how you meant it.
The death for equal rights for the transgender community, period. And we've been doing that on this show. But respect goes both ways. It's that simple.
I don't think anybody's disrespecting you, Anna. I don't think they're disrespecting you by having inclusive language in academic papers. And none of them, I don't believe, not enough to make it an issue, have told you that. So I wish you would not double or triple down on it. I just wish you would admit that you erred a little bit and correct yourself. But also, I don't think it's that big of an issue. I do think that she is an ally, and it was just a temporary minor fuck up. So what you gonna do? It happens. Everybody is human. We all make mistakes. We're all flawed. So what you guys got to think about that? Bad take, Anna. Somebody says Anna's right. Okay, cool. Yeah, Anna, you're a primate too. Yeah, technically you are a primate for sure. But no one ever goes around like calling me that too much, so it's not much of an issue. Don't call women birthing persons. Okay. Is the Israeli governance we have a problem with not the populace? Yes. Yes. I do have a problem with some of the populace that supports what the Israeli government is doing. But other than that, yes. I don't think the Jews are trying to take over the world and they're responsible for the world's ills or anything. And I did not like my words being used to spread that narrative. Hell no. And has a problem with not admitting when you're wrong. Yeah, a lot of people's egos are that way, you know. It happens to the best of. She's a millionaire now. Well, that's the great thing about this show, folks. You know I ain't selling out. Far from being a millionaire. In fact, we'll take a little break here to show you something that proves I'm not selling out. People made fun of me, folks. They made fun of me. I cried. I didn't actually give a shit. But, so, a couple days ago, I heard some meowing up in my ceiling. And I was like, what the fuck? Where's that coming from? Turns out that we left the door open in Jeff's room, and Jeff was getting up in the attic trying to fix the roof, and he left a ladder right there. And there was like it's like a 12-foot ladder. And then there's like another jump to get into the hole in the attic that's got to be another 6 feet. Well, somehow, what's wrong with my underarms? God damn it. I even shaved all the hair off my underarms. I'm using antiperspirant. I'm just disgusting, y'all. Anyway, getting off track. So somehow this cat, doing what a cat do, jumped up there. So I heard meowing up in my attic. So I was like, how are we going to get her down? Next thing you know, my roof collapses. Yeah, here we go. Roof collapses. Cat falls through the roof. Lands on the floor. And this is my roof. Yes, I know it's dingy. We're working on it, folks. We're working on it. I got a free house. We are remodeling the room right now. I know it's not modern and attractive, but we're working up. People are like, Dusty, your house is old and ugly. Yeah, I know. I'm poor, motherfuckers. I'm poor. All right? What you want me to do? At least I didn't sell out. But anyway, fell right through the ceiling. Now she's fine. I just got to get Jeff to fix my shit. And here she is. Yeah. I took this right after she fell through the ceiling, just sitting there staring at me like, what? What? I didn't do anything. So, cute as shit. I'll allow it. It's my fault for letting you get up there. And all right, let's move right along. We did the trash world. Did we finish the trash world? We did finish the trash world. All right, cool. Let's move right along, folks. It's what the fuck. What the F? WT fuck, everybody. And first off, God damn it, why do I click on one thing and it opens another one on this bullshit? You would think Google, with their trillions of fucking dollars, could fix their thing where I click on one thing and it opens what I click on. But hell no, it just random. Anyway, first off, on the what the fuck section, boom. Mississippi news anchor here in my neck of the woods, Barbara Bassett, got fired for saying, faux shizzle, my nizzle. Now, I know that the word nizzle is like some kind of baby talk for the N-word. But saying the word nizzle is no worse than saying the N-word. Not literally the N-word, but the N-word. Because, you know, it's just a replacement for that word. You're not actually saying that word. You're saying a word as a replacement. And also, I doubt very seriously she even knew what the fuck she was saying. I usually don't agree with them saying the wokeness has gone too far. Of course, I don't believe in any of that bullshit. But this is the kind of thing that gives them ammunition when they do stupid bullshit like this.
Come up with.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Before we know it, she'd have a Snoop Dogg tattoo on her shoulder.
For shizzle, my nizzle.
I'm telling you, Julie. What?
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can make this. Man, why is I don't know why the quality is not better, but this guy's reaction is hilarious, folks. He immediately knows that she fucked up by saying that.
That'd be pretty cool.
Before we know it, she'd have a Snoop Dogg tattoo on her shoulder.
For shizzle, my nizzle.
I'm telling you, Julie, what you think about that?
This guy.
She says.
Yikes.
Well, get this.
Yeah, so apparently she was removed from the air for that. Is there any black person on earth that cares that this white lady said my nizzle or whatever? Is there anybody that cares? Now, I know that this is just the company want to make sure that they don't take any flack unnecessarily, and so they're trying to be proactive, but it's just stupid, right? Am I wrong or am I right about this? I think I'm right. And anyway, put her back on the air, stat. Barbara Bassett, hell to the no, Mississippi. Get your shit together. And then this article from CNN went super viral. It was all over the right-wing vlogosphere. All the right-wing influencers were spreading it. It says, if you are white and you've posted a GIF or meme of a black person to express strong emotion, you may be guilty of wearing digital blackface, writes John Blake, analysis. And so I went through 3 stages when I read this. I had the, at very first, like everybody, I had the knee-jerk reaction, like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, it's not. Why are you guys doing shit like this? I knew immediately this is going to be spread by every right-winger to make the left look like they were unreasonable, to look like wokeness had run amok and it's destroying the country. I knew exactly how this would be presented to the Twitter sphere. And I was semi-angry. If you use a meme with a black person in it, that is not digital blackface. What digital blackface is like if you use an avatar and you pretend to be a black person and then use it to like support issues that would typically harm black people, but you're pretending to be a black person in order to hurt them. That's digital blackface, right? Was my initial reaction. And then my secondary reaction was like this post says, 4.5 million views on this compared to 150,000 on everything else they post. 5,000 quote tweets, and half of them took longer to type than the article. This is how you do engagement bait. My second thought was like, this is just CNN trying to make the left look bad. Trying to basically clickbait with this nonsense in order to create controversy, which is exactly what happened, right? And so that was my second reaction. And then I read the article. I actually have this bad habit of reading the things that other people are outraged by. And then after I read the article, I was like, okay, I a little bit understand where they're coming from. Just a little bit. Let me explain. So basically what this article is talking about is if you use caricatures of black people that ultimately make black people look bad or ridiculous or silly, that add to the stereotype of the sassy black person or the angry black person, that much like how white folks used to use blackface to mock black folks, that can be seen as a way of stereotyping black folks that leads to negative repercussions for them. And I actually can sort of understand that argument if that's what you're doing and if that's the way you're using it. And, you know, is this a huge issue? I don't know. I'm white as shit, glow in the dark. It doesn't affect me, but it's possible that this affects people in ways that I don't understand. So it is sort of an interesting conversation to have and shouldn't just be poo-pooed and thrown away or rejected and disregarded just because of a knee-jerk reaction to it, in my opinion. So anyway, sort of interesting. What you guys think about that? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Again, the rest of the world can't care less. Yeah, of course. This is just the American first world problems, right? This is what they're focused on our media, folks. And is this the last one? Nope, got a couple more. And then you guys see this one. Holy shit, this will make your butt pucker. Imagine just driving down the road normally on the highway, and then your car like flips because a tire popped off a truck next to you and rolled underneath. Let's have a look. Just ride around. Why's it doing that? What are you doing? Why would it do that? Why? I don't understand anything about what is happening right now. Why? Why did it flip over to the other side when I made it big? Don't do that again. I'm gonna freak out. Stay where you are. Anyway, driving down the road normally, tire pops out, boom! Just fly through the air. Yeah! Just the good old boys, never meaning no harm. And then the tire hits the car again. That tire got a death wish. That's some Final Destination shit right there. What the fuck? And holy God, did you not even lug nuts on that truck? That seems like that person should kind of be responsible for that accident happening because seems bad. And then, on the what the fuck section. Meanwhile, over in France, they hardcore over there. just sitting there enjoying their croissants and wine as the whole world burns down. Ooh, wee, wee. That fire is coming up very big. Mon chéri, can I have a little refill on my wine glass? I'm very sorry. That's the worst French accent ever, folks. I apologize to any French people who are watching this, but, you know, whatever. Just wear your black turtleneck, go fuck a mime, or whatever you Frenchies do over there. And then, on the what the fuck, one more. Did you guys see this one? And this is a great lesson for everybody on both patience and also train safety. Now, if a train passes you, right, you don't go before the barricades come up because another train could be coming this way that you can't see, and then you get murdered, and you don't want to get murdered. That seems bad. Anyway, cops are dumb. Let's have a look. So they're all impatient and shit. They're like, but we got to go. You see our flashing lights? We're important. We don't have to wait for no fucking train. We don't care about safety. We'll just go ahead and go anyway. And yeah, that's why you don't do that. Bad light decisions. Yeah. What do we learn? Now you need more cops to go save your ass now. Just compounding the problem. Fucking dumbass cops. And all right, that is my what the fuck section. What you guys got to think about that? Let's see here. I got one more section coming up, folks. So get your super chats in. Going to do a Beyond Parody. And then we're going to read all of your super chats. I promise. Nobody we missed. That tire hated that truck. I know, right? I had a hard on for it. That is a French patio heater. Pretty funny. Fuck a mime. I know, right? Isn't that what you guys do over there? You can flip a car at 50 miles an hour. Tires are bouncy. True story. Was horrible. Agreed. Brazil restaurant scene. Is that in Brazil? I thought that was France. Looked like France to me. I heard it was French. So sorry, Frenchies. Don't fuck mimes, I guess. Can't stop laughing. My bad. Hey, it is the world's greatest show, so you do what you do. But in America, he probably didn't learn. That's true. He probably going to try to shoot the train. And move right along, folks. What time is it? Oh, we make a good time. We only 50 minutes into the show, and we're just now getting to Beyond Parody. Beyond Parody! Nailed it. And first off, on tonight's Beyond Parody, did you guys know that John Fetterman has a body double? It's true, because Catturd says so. And if you can't trust Catturd, who can you trust in this world? This is the big new conspiracy theory going around. So apparently John Fetterman was a little bit depressed on account of multiple strokes he had, which I guess can make you depressed when you almost die repeatedly. And he'd been in the hospital a little bit, getting treatment for clinical depression, which is good. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be a big enough person to say, hey, I need help, and go get the help you need. Exactly the right thing. So now he back in the spotlight because everybody's like, where is Fetterman? Is he dead? He disappeared. So then he did like a proof of life photo shoot, which sometimes politicians have to do to pretend they're still living, not croaked. And of course, the conservatives like, it's a different guy. It's a body double. Look, this is what he looks like. And then boom, here's the new guy. Clearly a totally different human being. Dude, it's literally the same person. It's just a different angle, different lighting. That's how angles and lighting works. I mean, if you're going to get a clone of somebody, it would be really fucking hard to get a clone of John Fetterman. This is a very specific looking human being, but didn't stop the rightoids. They're like, it's a miracle. Only 3 weeks, John Fetterman got a total head replacement. Man, he's got some good doctors. Yeah, Walter Reed has that futuristic medicine, and a lot of people in his timeline jumping on this really fucking stupid conspiracy theory, and he wasn't the only one that spread this bullshit. Here's a Fox News. Bridget Gabriel. I'm not one to push conspiracy theories. Get it? Because she totally 100% is in every way. But John Fetterman's face looks totally different. It looks the same. It's a different camera angle. You took 2 different camera angles, and it looks different because of the lighting and the camera angles. You're fucking morons. But got 18,000 likes for that, because who gives a shit what reality is? We'll substitute it with our own. But yeah. Begging, folks, begging. Learn about focal lengths of camera lenses and how they impact photos of people. See, this guy, see how he looks more round here, and then boom, slightly more angular. See this lady? Her nose looks more flat here, then boom, it's less flat over here. This guy, same guy. See, he has more of a rounded chin. Boom, more angle over here. Lighting makes him look different. That's how shit works, idiots. But obviously, they don't believe anything they say, folks. They just don't have any ideas. So this is what they had to throw out there in order to get engagement and make money, which they do in spades, unfortunately, because this is what our right-wing media repost spreads brainwash jokes with. And then it can't be a beyond parody, folks. Obviously, I say this every time without Dr. Kermit Jordan Peterson. Hi-yo! Totally normal interaction between father and daughter. Look, I'm going to play this for you, and I'm just going to say, I'm not a stick in the mud. I actually don't give a fuck that he's saying this to his daughter. What I care about is how beyond parody it is. How ridiculous and cringe it is for Jordan Peterson, of all people, to say this.
What makes being married worth it? What makes being
All right, let me try it one more time with the audio actually up. Boom. Let's do it.
What makes being married worth it?
Wild sex.
Well, what's beyond parody? If there's anybody who don't know how to fuck, it's Jordan Peterson. This dude can't fuck, I assure you. This is the most non-fucking motherfucker who ever lived, okay? Jordan Peterson makes me look like Don Juan, and I'm horrible in bed. You know he can't fuck, this little scrawny ass bitch. He can't dance, he ain't cool. What the and secondly, you ain't gotta be married for wild sex. Like 90% of the most boring sex on the planet comes from married motherfuckers. Most of the wild sex is like one night stands and shit. That don't even make any sense. So anyway, on every level, cringe and stupid, Jordan Peterson. And then folks, you hear about this one. Apparently Kanye West is no longer anti-Semitic, but he has a really good reason, folks. He changed his mind and used just the best logic and reason to do so. Kanye posted this picture of the poster for 21 Jump Street starring Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum. Actually, a very good movie, I thought. And Kanye says, watching Jonah Hill and 21 Jump Street made me like Jewish people again. No one should take anger against one or two individuals and transform that into hatred towards millions of innocent people. No Christian can be labeled anti-Semitic, knowing Jesus is a Jew. Totally cool. It just shows you that his hatred towards Jews to begin with was totally serious and not just something he was using to get clout and make money with, which is exactly what you should do when it comes to spreading hatred and potentially violence towards other people. But like I said, it's all a joke. Everything conservatives do is jokes. They are not a serious people. They are not a serious party. Even when they're doing something they know incredibly hurts another group of people, they'll still just laugh it off. Now he's just trying to do a little damage control. Didn't go as well as he thought it would, teaming up with Nick Fuentes and walking around talking about how awesome Hitler was. So he's just trying to, I guess, wiggle out of it with this stupid bullshit. But weak Kanye. And the bullshit part about it is, like, nobody who was a Kanye fan even cared that you talk about Hitler. You could do anything, and they would forgive you anyway. So no reason to try to walk it back, Kanye. And then on Beyond Parody, folks, the latest employee over at Watermelon Head, Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA, is this guy. Used to go by the name Big Dick Johnson. This is the latest guy on the payroll, Turning Point USA, bitching about how transgender people are grooming your children and sexualizing everything. Here he is, in a room full of young people. Yeah, jacking off a kendo stick. Super cool, yep. It's all fake. Here he is. Turning Point USA guy, formerly known as Big Dick Johnson, is against drag shows. Creative director of production for Turning Point USA, Chris DeJoseph, who left the WWE in 2022, where he was known as Big Dick Johnson, used to perform lewd acts on stage in front of families, including children. He also thinks that drag events are bad for children. Go figure. I'm starting to see a pattern here. Yep, they don't actually care about any of this, folks. It is just bigotry. They know that if they pretend to hate drag, if they pretend to hate gay and trans people, that they will attract other bigots, other assholes, other bottom of the barrel, lowest common denominator shitheads, and they'll get paid for it. This is the guy, folks. This is the guy who's real worried about the sexualization of your children. This guy, standing in front of a room full of children dressed like this, folks. Here he is. He real worried about sexualizing your children. Here he is in drag, folks. He also real worried about drag sexualizing your children, folks. Here he is standing in front of a bra and panties match in front of a room full of children. Can you imagine if drag queens had a bra and panties match in a stadium in front of children? They'd burn the goddamn place down. They don't care. They are nothing but lying, fucking, pedophile enabling bigots. 100%, every one of these fucks. And here's the crazy part. This thing I just showed you about Krista Joseph, it went semi-viral on Twitter yesterday. So while I was researching this show, I went to Turning Point USA and I looked up his biography on Turning Point USA just so I could show you guys that this was real, that he really is an employee of Turning Point USA now. Before the show, I went back to Turning Point USA to check out my links, and surprise, 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 they've removed his bio from Turning Point USA. Wonder why you did that. Almost like you're trying to sweep it under the rug so you won't get caught out in your hypocrisy and bullshit, watermelon head Charlie Kirk. Curious. Always the same, though. Dastardly liars. And then, shamelessness is their superpower. Here's Senator Marshall Blackburn. The Democrats simply can't help themselves. The words ban and control have entered their daily vocabulary. That's right. Democrats, they're the ones trying to ban everything. They just ban. They use this word ban so much. They're against everything. They're so authoritarian and censorious. Also, Marshall Blackburn. Ban CCP owned TikTok. Ban Confucius Institutes. Ban CCP owned farmland in America. Bring manufacturing back. And here she is. The birth tourism industry makes millions having foreigners break the law to gain American citizenships. The Ban Birth Tourism Act will eliminate loopholes that foreign nationals are exploiting across the border. Here she is. The Patients First Act will ban the use of taxpayer-funded research for embryonic stem cell research, which we desperately need, especially if we want to do any kind of life extension. They're basically trying to put us back in the dark ages and not progress in any way whatsoever. No problem with banning stuff. Here she is. Ban the CCP from buying farmland. Here she is. Parents across America are paying attention to what their children are learning in the classroom. Ban critical race theory. So, never met a band she didn't like, but it's the Democrats, y'all. Be afraid. Just don't read anything I've said ever in the past. And folks, if you love my show, and like you must, why the fuck would you even be here if you don't like it? Could you become a patron, please? Like, I would very much appreciate it. My patron has dropped, and I have to beg for money because this is what I've become now. I'm sad and pathetic, so please pity me. And also, you get access to all of the exclusive content on Patreon. Tonight, we're going to have another hell of a show on Patreon only. We had one Friday night, another amazing fucking show. We had one the Monday before that, the Friday before that, twice a week. So you get all kinds of exclusive content that you don't want to miss. It's some good stuff, and it's like a smaller crowd. So it's more intimate. So please become a patron if you haven't already done so. I know it's a pain in the ass to put your credit card information, but it really helps out. And I love you forever. And now let's read the super chats. If you bail out, please hit the like button. But we're going to have a long Shud Watch coming up right at the break. So don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss it. Ragnarok, $5. It is my motherfucking birthday. Well, motherfucking happy birthday to you. Thank you for your content, Dusty. Hey, thank you for tuning in. April is the sexiest person to ever grace us with her presence on this show. Just did socialism again. You get a gifted Dusty sub, and you get a gifted Dusty sub. Everybody gets gifted Cult of Dusty Dust Bunny sub. So you guys who got that can now come view the after party. Just look in the community section of YouTube, and there's a link for all of you guys. Come hang out with us after the show. Alexander Teagan, for being your epic ally self for the cats and dogs. Thank you for your voice, Trent Royce. Hell yeah, thank you, Alexander. Much appreciated. Cuban Lover, $2. Dusty, here's $2. Buy yourself a coffee. I will. Gonna buy myself $2 coffees. Cole James, got you $50. What? Cole, you didn't say nothing and you didn't have to. You're awesome. Thank you. Very generous. Welcome to Dust Buddies, Henry. Spam the chat with impunity. Another 100 from April. Just proving how amazing she is. Good God. So cool. Here's some more socialism. Buy yourself something pretty. Man, I'm going to. I'm eventually going to get indoor plumbing in this house. So thank you, April. Going to move into the 18th century eventually. Isaiah Taylor, $5. As a black person, it looks like you're Drew Barrymore. Just saying. I'm not offended by that Snoop Dogg thing. And personally, I don't think anyone should say the N-word, no matter who it is. Agreed. I don't even say it in private. I'm sometimes around people who won't say it in public, but they'll say it in private. And I explain to them, like, if you just stop saying it in private, which you shouldn't say anyway, then you won't be, like, even tempted to accidentally say it in public, right? So just stop doing it. That's what I suggest. Never apologize equals Anna's worst statement. Yep, sometimes you have to admit when you're wrong, you know? It happens to us all. Urban Mass, $5. The fact that you have to explain the CNN article to us, as it doesn't directly reflect the tweet headline, proves your original instinct propaganda. Oh, yeah, it's just clickbait propaganda. Absolutely. Outrage manufacturing. Maximus, 1975. That was the year I was born. $20, also generous. Your explanation of the digital blackface deserves a tip. Hell yeah. I'll explain shit better from now on. I, too, had your first reaction and didn't follow up. Thanks, bro. I know. I read the article so you guys don't have to. Isaiah Taylor, $10. Also, this hits close to home. I got fired from a film set because I said something that I shouldn't have said. It was an honest mistake, but they still fired me. They could have given me a warning. Yeah, like, I think knee-jerk reactions are definitely bad across the spectrum. The left is not immune to any of that. There are extremes to the left, just like there are right. Usually, though, like, extremists on the left want you fired for saying, for shizzle my nizzle. Extremists on the right want all Jews dead. So, you know, it's not really the same thing, but yeah, both sides. No excuse, but having autism, I say whatever comes to mind. But with my therapist, I'm learning social skills, and yeah, I'm also bad about that. Just saying the first thing that comes to my head, which is kind of hard not to do when you're on a show that's really fast-paced like this. But I do have a very small center in my brain that stops me from saying things just a fraction of a second before I say it sometimes. So thank you, buddy, though he doesn't usually work very well. Junk food vegan, 5 pounds. Kanja Mimbawe has a good video essay about digital blackface. It's a bit older, but it's still worth watching. All right, well, I'm sorry that I butchered their name. I'm dumb, and I feel bad about it, but thank you for the recommendation. Weird Thoughts, $5. All right, more money from the tip jar. Hell yeah. You one of the good ones, Weird Thoughts. I went to a pool hall a couple days ago with Jeff. We played pool, and I accidentally fucked up and didn't tip the bartender, and we left, and I still feel bad about it. Like, I want to go back and tip her and apologize because it was just a miscommunication, but yeah. Appreciate that. The EMFB, $10. This won't make the world suck any less, but it will feed a few kitties. Hey, it will make the world suck just a little bit less. So thank you, EMFB, for your generosity. And thank you all. Thank you, April. Thank you, Cole. Thank you, everybody. You're amazing. And still plenty of time to get your super chats in. Going to read all the rest of them at the end of the show. So immortalize yourself. Help us out. But now, let's jump into it. It's Chud Watch. Talking about Chud Watch. We talk about shows and then we make fun of them. Woo! Yeah, we do. It's ourselves a Chud Watch. Once again, not a drag queen. This is a Texas lawyer and former chairman of Harris County Republican Party who's been at the helm of anti-LGBTQ and pro-life movements in Texas, knew for years of child sexual abuse claims against his law partner and continued to work with him for nearly a decade. He really gives a shit about the children, doesn't he? They really give a shit about grooming, don't they? No. Jared Woodfield admitted in sworn testimony that he'd known since 2004 of an allegation that his partner, Paul Pressler, a Southern Baptist leader, because of course he was, had sexually abused a child and even quietly helped settle an assault lawsuit filed against him. Not a drag queen? Really? Shocker. According to the article, rather than pay him a salary, Woodfield testified the firm provided Pressler a string of employees to serve as personal assistants, most of them young men who typically worked out of his River Oaks mansion. 2 have accused Pressler of sexual assault or misconduct. Yeah, the very leaders of the Republican Party just giving young men to these pedophiles. Because why wouldn't they? They are the pedophiles. The whole drag queen thing is just smoke and mirrors. It's just shining the spotlight elsewhere so they can hide in the shadows. Always the same, folks. Always the same. And then on the Chud Watch, apparently some kind people are trying to make sure that there are tampons in girls' bathrooms in school. Because, like, a lot of times it's embarrassing. You didn't realize you were going to start, and then you're at school and you start, and you don't want to have to borrow tampons from people. It's humiliating. And so they're just trying to be kind and help people. If men got periods, tampons would be free for everybody on the goddamn planet. Well, in America. It would be a problem. But they're trying to do something nice for women, something that hasn't traditionally been done, so it's woke. It's all woke, folks. New Idaho Republicans have blocked a bill to make tampons available for students, calling it woke. One Republican lawmaker said, you don't have to be a woman to understand the absurdity of this policy. Okay, I'm not a woman, but I don't understand the absurdity of the policy. It just seems like a nice thing to do. We have toilet paper in bathrooms. Why not feminine hygiene products? It's not even that expensive. Why not help them keep their dignity and provide something that might help them out? Like, what is the argument against it? I don't even understand. Well, I have heard the argument against it, folks. And apparently, because we're trying to give girls tampons, we're perverts or something? It's all pedophilia all the time, even when you're trying to help women. This lady says, why the fuck would Republican politicians not want girls and women to have access to tampons? What kind of bullshit is this? Do they want them to bleed all over the place? Yes. Do they want them to be confined to their homes? Also, yes. Do you Republican voters see this? Somebody says, I heard all their arguments. Not once did I hear of the girls that have their first periods while at school. Life-altering embarrassment, even though it shouldn't be. It is an age that can define your future. Free tampons could change the future of a young girl's life. Yeah. So what is the argument against it? Well, here he is. Here's a fucking right-wing chud-ass loser who says, Christians don't want their kids using tampons and potentially destroying virginity. You can be on the safe side by using pads and tissues only until marriage. That's why it's a private issue, and teachers shouldn't libs are so perverted about this. Yeah. Are you a pedophile for wanting kids not to be embarrassed with their period? Of course you are. I mean, even if you thought that this was a good argument, then why wouldn't we just also have both tampons and pads in the bathroom? Wouldn't that like cover everything? But no, pedos for not wanting children to be embarrassed in school, I guess. Kindness is the worst. And then, folks, they canceled Dolly Parton, y'all. Conservatives canceled Dolly Parton. Arguably the best human on the planet. Beloved by the world, Dolly Parton. How could this be fucking real life right now? Wisconsin first graders were told that they couldn't sing Rainbow Land by Dolly Parton and Miley Cyrus because it was too controversial. And you might be asking, what was controversial about this song? Well, the song asks you to be nice to each other. Here are the words. Living in a rainbow land where you and I can go hand in hand. Oh, I'd be lying if I said this wasn't fine. All the hurt and the hate going on here. We are rainbows, me and you. Every color, every hue. Let's shine on through together. We can start living in a rainbow land. Living in a rainbow land, the skies are blue and things are grand. Would it be nice to live in paradise where we're free to be exactly who we are? Let's all dig deep inside. Brush the judgment and fear aside. Make wrong things right and end the fight. Because I promise, ain't nobody gonna win. Come on. Oh no, not acceptance and love. Can't have that because that's woke. It's so bad to have kids be nice to each other and treat each other with respect and kindness. The article says, students in a first grade class in Wisconsin were excited to sing a song about coming together and loving each other by Dolly Parton and Miley Cyrus. But school administrators said the song was too controversial. Man, you know you're evil. You know you're the baddies. You know you're on the wrong side of the fucking history when what I just read you is too controversial. This is the insanity you become, right-wingers. If there's any watching, this is what you are now. Just batshit crazy. Preparing for the spring concert, a class of students at Higher Elementary School in Waukesha, Wisconsin, about 20 miles west of Milwaukee, was planning on singing Rainbow Land, a song by Cyrus and Parton about acceptance and love. Sarah Schneider, a school parent, told the Times her daughter was excited about the song, which she had never heard before. We love Dolly Parton, Schneider told the Times. However, administrators quashed the song. We can't sing it anymore, Schneider's daughter told her when she came home from school one day, according to the Times. Schneider told the Times she reached out to her daughter's teacher, higher elementary principal, and the superintendent of the school district of Waukesha to ask about why the song was removed, and she was informed the song was deemed too controversial. In a statement provided to Insider by School District Superintendent James Serbert, he said the teacher who suggested the song, Rainbow Land, checked with the school's principal to determine if the song would be acceptable to use in a first grade concert. When the principal reviewed the song alongside a district policy about controversial issues in the classroom, they determined that the song could be deemed controversial in accordance with the policy, the statement said. Yeah, just good old freedom. Freedom all the time in conservative America. I dare you teach kids about acceptance and love. So evil, isn't it? Meanwhile, while conservatives are banning Dolly Parton songs in our schools, they are trying to also ban schools. Here's Lowen Bulbert.
I started the debate by joining Congressman Thomas Massey in supporting an amendment to the bill to abolish the federal Department of Education. Our public schools should have local control, not a centralized federal government pushing curriculum that sways way far away from reading, writing, and arithmetic.
And Dolly Parton. 161
Republicans voted to get rid of the Department of Education. But we still had 60 Republicans join every Democrat.
I dare 60 Republicans still want federal education. The horror! But they want your kids to be dumbed down, folks. They want your kids to be uneducated because facts have a left-wing bias. The more education you have, it's true, the more left-wing you tend to be. For a variety of reasons, a lot of which is because you go to school and you're around a lot of other people of like different races, different backgrounds, different cultures, and you realize that we're all just one. And this division that's thrust upon us is mostly manufactured. And so it makes you more left-wing, but also because you learn and you're educated about facts and shit, and they're also left-wing. They teach you how to be more empathetic and whatnot. But that is not what conservatives want. They want a world of dumbed-down morons, of zombies who can't think for themselves. And if you don't believe them, they'll tell you themselves.
I mean, I hated that New York elite cocktail party. You got to repeat what they say. And they all think that this whole thing about uneducated people, maybe they're smarter because they haven't been brainwashed by the Marxists. I mean, you might be better off if you're uneducated, and you might have a better ability to have common sense, because American schools, not all, but a good percentage of them, have been brainwashing factories, run by the UFT.
You're thinking of the church, dude.
The Education Association, the professors, brainwashing you into hating America, hating what we stand for, hating our way of life, hating God. You put that all together, you got a kind of evil country.
Yeah. They hate America. They hate America. And if you put that all together, that makes America evil. You hate America. You literally just said America is evil. How is that not hating America? But don't think about it. Cognitive dissonance can have two directly, diametrically opposed thoughts in your head, both of which cannot be true at the same time, yet you both believe them to be true. Read your 1984 Rudy Giuliani, but they want the kids dumbed down. Trump loves the uneducated. And speaking of the uneducated, folks, In Waco, Texas, home of one of the largest cult raids in the world. Remember when the government went and burned down the Branch Davidian and killed all the cult members? Not cool, government. But anyway, the uneducated once again came out to Waco, Texas to support their godman, their hero, their cult leader, Donald Trump. And it's just as crazy, wild, and wacky as you imagine it to be. First off, here's a Trump cult leader telling us about how Trump is all of our savior.
An email, and I said, "Dear Mr. Bragg, I hope you had a restful weekend and had some time to be on your knees praying to our God Almighty about your decision regarding our precious, precious President, Donald J. Trump. How would you like to be in his shoes? His torture brings to mind what Jesus Christ went through to save us. President Trump is our savior in this country."
Yeah, is there anybody who's ever been more like Jesus than Donald Trump? Yeah, nothing makes you more like Jesus than being a billionaire who lives in a gold tower. Of course, I've never read a word Jesus said, so how would I know?
There's no one else who can make us whole and great again. Please do not continue to tarnish and persecute this precious, precious man. He is only a man. He is only human, and we are all human. Have forgiveness in your heart for all the damage that everyone has done to him, and please do not continue. Thank you.
Yeah, everybody's human, so let's just not charge anybody with crimes anymore. Just crime is now totally legal. It's the purge. Forgive everybody. But nope, they want a different set of rules for conservatives, a different set of rules for their leaders, a different set of rules for the rich. Laws are only for us poors, us underlings, us serfs. And then this moonbat claims to be a South African MAGA preacher and wants us to know that God sent Trump. I'm starting to think God is a giant fucking dick.
Look amazing. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Lindy Ann Hopley, and I am a South African MAGA preacher.
Looks like a drag queen.
No, do you live in South Africa now?
I'm living in America because God actually told me that there's a revival coming to America, and in the dream that I had, President Trump was in it. So I'm all about just praying for this country and seeing God get his full reward.
That's amazing. Where do you live?
Why would God need you if he's all powerful?
Live here in the United States.
I'm in DFW, so we came down with a Trump train with all the Texans, going crazy, all the trucks just honking and going wild. It's so great to see how many patriots there are and so many supporters of just this great movement.
You don't even go here!
Fantastic. And what is it about President Trump that you love so much?
Well, to be honest, I just started dreaming about him. I have a prophetic gift, and the Lord started speaking to me about him. And in my one dream, I actually did, because I'm totally not political. I'm a minister. I travel around the world.
Totally not political in her Make America Great Again hat and traveling with a Trump train. Zero politics, folks. She's just listening to God, and God, he's all powerful and all wise, so he just communicates with us by giving crazy people dreams and then having them tell all of us about it. That is the best way to communicate his word with us. Can't think of a better way.
You had me fooled.
Yeah, exactly.
He said, shine your light and don't hide it underneath a basket. So I was a wild party girl and had an encounter with...
No, you were... I don't see it.
But what I loved about this is that I actually, in one of my dreams, I sat in front of President Trump and I knew he was giving me some type of job. It's kind of like... And I said to the Lord, in my dream, I said, I don't want to lose my ministry for this, like this guy. And he said, you won't lose your ministry. I just want you to partner with him for a season. So
yeah, it'll be great for your ministry. You'll make even more money because nobody is easier to grift off of than MAGA zombies.
I knew that heaven was backing him.
Then why'd he lose? Heaven seems kind of weak as shit, to be honest with you.
He's like a Cyrus, where God used someone in business to further his kingdom. And so I'm praying for President Trump.
That's literally directly against everything Jesus said he would do. So might want to touch up on the Bible a little bit, MAGA prophet. And then this crazy lady, it's not a crazy lady, this crazy dude wants us to know why he worships Trump so much.
What is it about President Trump that you like?
His vision and the fact that he stands for truth. He stands for those things we all grew up hearing about: truth, justice, and the American way, right? He's the kind of person that he leads by example. I mean, he shows up at these rallies, he goes out to the restaurants, he meets the people.
Oh, he goes out to the restaurant, he meets the people. Nobody has ever gone to restaurants with people before. He's God's man.
What is it?
Just good God, y'all. It's like when he drank the water with one hand, and they're like, oh my God, my president can drink water with one hand. Just the most easily impressed dipshits to ever exist. And then this guy did some of that stolen valor you hear all about. That's when you pretend you're in the military, but you're not. And didn't realize the reporter he was talking to was also in the Marines. It's very obvious he's lying his ass off. Let's have a look.
Did you serve?
I did.
Where'd you serve?
Marine.
Me too. What was your MOS?
So she basically asked him what his number was for the division he works in, which is not classified in any way. He could just give this number to anybody. There's no controversy about it whatsoever, but he has no idea what she's saying. She has no idea what the word she just says means because he wasn't in any way in the military. He's just a lying piece of shit. And so here's his response.
Me too. What was your MOS?
I was special.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Recon.
Oh, fantastic.
I flew into places.
Okay, where were you?
Dark places.
Dark
Where were you stationed?
I can't go into detail.
They say,
Okay.
y'all.
But I can.
This interview's over, folks. Did you serve?
This interview's over because this motherfucker's lying. All right, isn't this kind of guy that conservatives say they would stomp for stolen valor? But yeah, it's exactly the kind of person that always does stolen valor. Dipshits have delusions of grandeur and want to pretend they're military men. And this dude at the Trump rally has listened to all of Trump's violent rhetoric towards Bragg, Alvin Bragg, the district attorney who's prosecuting him. And so calling for the citizens of arrest of Bragg. Do it, motherfuckers, do it.
For itself, arrest Alvin Bragg. Alvin Bragg is overstepping his boundaries. We, the people, are calling for the arrest of Alvin Bragg.
We're not.
For crimes of treason,
No.
election interference. I don't even know if that's a crime, but election interference, obstruction of justice, even lying to a grand jury. Trump done nothing wrong. We're here to show support.
Wrong. I mean, he hasn't had a trial yet, and I don't need the evidence or nothing about it, but he done nothing wrong. Arrest the guy trying to hold him accountable. Say the law and order, people.
For the greatest president ever, Donald Trump, arrest Alvin Bragg. You know, in South Carolina, you could do citizens arrests. So if Alvin Bragg ever comes to South Carolina, arrest him. Arrest him. We the people. Arrest Alvin Bragg.
Yeah. Do it,
For itself,
motherfuckers.
arrest Alvin Bragg.
You first. Everybody's right behind you, dipshit. And then, always creepy as fuck when the circuit comes down. Here's a mannequin. That is not how you spell mannequin. What the fuck is this spelling of mannequin? Anyway, bowed and gagged on top of a Trump car over in Texas. Super cool. Definitely not threatening or violent imagery in any way. Just normal conservative stuff. And folks, how is this real life? This is so gross. Let me make this larger so you can read it. At the Trump Waco rally. Grilled cheese sandwiches with water, $10. Foot massage, $5 are free with purchase. Oh my God. Yeah, that's just what I want with my greasy grilled cheese sandwich. It's the person who made it giving sweaty Trumpers foot massages all day. Is this real life? Where's the Board of Health when you need them? This best grilled cheese I ever had. Ooh, this foot rub feels so good. Like, yikes. All of the yikes. All of the yikes on the earth at the same time. What? And, all right. And just to show you what hypocrites there are, folks. Guns are banned at Trump's Waco rally tomorrow, which they were. Guns were banned at the NRA convention. Guns were banned at the DeSantis events. Yet these bloodthirsty gun fiends don't care if we get murdered. They're always saying, oh, places that are gun-free zones are the best places for terrorists and mass shooters to attack because they're the most likely places they will get shot back at. That's why there should be no gun safety zones. You should be able to have your gun everywhere, say conservatives, but when Trump doesn't have guns at this rally, when DeSantis doesn't do it, crickets, because they don't actually give a shit about any of this. They just want our kids to die. That's really what it's all about. And as unclassy as human beings could possibly get, it's hard to believe 30% of our country could vote for this. It's hard to believe the bottom of the barrel they will scrape, the subhumans the Conservative Party has become. Here is the headliner at Trump's Waco rally, Ted Nugent, talking about the Ukrainian war.
I want my money back. I didn't authorize any money to Ukraine to some homosexual weirdo.
Got him say weirdo, right? Yeah, isn't he a homosexual weirdo? And why should it matter if he's a homosexual? Why would his being gay be relevant to the conversation in any way? But he knows his audience. Yeah, I don't want my money going to a gay. Fuck the gays. Just, yep, 30% of the country gonna vote for this, though. God damn it, you people are fucking trash. And then next up on the speakers list is this motherfucker talking about how great it is that American citizens are afraid of our own military, not nightmarishly terrorizing at all.
President Trump made America respect our military, fear our military, because he said, you come after my men and women, I'm coming after you.
Literally did nothing of the sort. America was never a bigger laughingstock than when Trump was in the presidency. But also, American citizens should not fear their own military. Fucking fascist, yo. Tried to scare us. And then Trump got up there and said the usual insane bullshit.
The District Attorney of New York, under the auspices and direction of the Department of Injustice in Washington, D.C., was investigating me for something that is not a crime, not a misdemeanor, not an affair. I never liked horseface. It's just not. It's a terrible thing.
Terrible thing. So
that wouldn't be the one.
That wouldn't be the one.
There is no one. We have a great first lady.
We have a great first lady, and I wouldn't have cheated on her, and if I was, I wouldn't have fucked this horse-faced lady. Just goddamn it. You cannot get more unpresidential than Trump. Just an embarrassing orange clown. A child. Imagine him calling a woman he paid for sex a horse face to get out of it. The weird part is, like, it doesn't even really matter if the affair took place or not. You paid her with campaign funds in order to hide it so you can win the presidency, regardless of whether you did or not. But of course, he fucking did it. You're not going to pay somebody hundreds of thousands of dollars if you didn't fuck them, dude. Good God. But of course, I'm sure the people who are at your fucking rally believe every word you say. And then he's still on the cognitive test that proved he didn't have Alzheimer's, folks. He took a fucking test where he had to repeat 5 words. And he thinks he's goddamn Einstein now. Imagine being this proud of doing so little.
Then they say, oh, he's dumb as a rock, or dumb as a rock. Then they say something else, he's in the middle. They had about 19 different narratives. I said to Ronnie Jackson, is there a test I could take to prove how smart I am?
We gave him a test that shows that he doesn't have Alzheimer's that we give to old people, to make sure they can still drive and shit. Yes, there was a test to show how smart you are. I guess it would be like an IQ test or, the SAT or literally anything else except a test to see if you have Alzheimer's. But no, let's pretend like you did something great.
Well, sir, we have the so-and-so cognitive test that's given by Walter Reed. I said, well, is it tough?
No,
He
it's
said,
not.
actually, after the first few questions, it gets pretty tough.
It didn't.
The problem is if you do badly, I don't know if we'll be able to shield it because, it's sort of a public place. Other doctors see it. Other doctors are there when the test is given.
Literally, this is his handpicked doctor, Ronnie Johnson, the one that I post all the time that's a crazy conspiracy theorist. A guy who, while he was Trump's doctor, said Trump was a svelte 220 pounds in perfect physical shape, So obviously, if he did not do well on the test, the guy would cover for him anyway. And we have really no idea how well he did on the test because they're all liars and cult followers.
I said, should I do it or not? And I did it. And you know what? I aced it. Got them all right. Every single time.
I drank water with one hand, y'all.
And it was after that It was after that nobody called me stupid anymore.
Like literally everybody continuously has called you stupid forever. No one ever stopped even for a goddamn second.
It's very good. Because I never like that narrative. I don't like the word stupid, but other people are very stupid.
Yeah, I hate the word stupid. It's the worst word. It's such an insult to call people stupid, but everybody's fucking stupid except for me. And then, once again, folks, how is this real life? The ending here, folks, the ending. So everything he says before the ending is completely bizarre to begin with. But then the ending, which he basically admits, sort of in his own way, that he doesn't like his own children and he may not leave anything to them, folks.
And I made farmers happy and rich again. And they're doing a fantastic job. And you know what? Someday it'll become time for them to leave this beautiful earth, and they'll be able to leave their farm without taxes to their children. I got rid of the death tax on farms so that when you do pass away, on the assumption that you love your children, you can leave it to them and they won't have to pay tax. But if you don't love your children so much, and there are some people that don't, and maybe deservedly so, it won't matter, because frankly, you don't have to leave them anything. Thank you very much. Have fun.
How is this real life, yo? The number one contender for the Republican nomination. Just good God. Starting to think that might be aimed towards you, Coke Jr. Might want to make your own way in life. Don't think Trump's going to be leaving you a lot. Beyond parody, folks. But at least Stormy Daniels out here giving him the business. Like, first off, I just want to say, I don't really like Stormy Daniels at all, because Stormy Daniels fucked Donald Trump, and then when she could have come out and told the public about it and ended the nightmarish presidency of Donald Trump, probably would have put a damper on his presidential run, right? Instead, she sold out the American fucking people and took $150,000. Sold us out, so we had to have 4 years of Trump, which devastated our country. So fuck her, to be honest with you. But at least she's giving him the business. Somebody said, President Trump wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. To which she replied, true, he used a 3-inch one. That's a pretty solid burn. Pretty solid burn. And somebody said, so you knew he was married, yet you proceeded? So you are a cheater? To which she said, yep. The sorcerer of my magic voodoo vag was too much for that poor little man, and it forced him to forget all about his vows. Take his clothes off and corner me. It's all my fault. Yep, Trump has no personal responsibility whatsoever. It's all the woman's fault, right? She's a home wrecker. Trump had no choice but to fuck this woman he calls a horse face. Just good God. Conservatives not the best. And then Trump PACs are literally using polls that were conducted and put out on Twitter by Catturd, folks. I've been wanting to apologize because I've been getting too angry on this show, and I've forgotten that I'm not supposed to take this world seriously, because this world is clearly some kind of dark comedy. There is clearly some kind of programmer god in the simulation who is making it as obvious as they possibly can that this is not a serious realm we are in. This whole fucking place is a joke. And he tells me week in and week out, and somehow I still get sad and depressed and take it too seriously. I'm trying not to let that happen. I'm trying to take it as the joke it's meant to be. Make America Great Again, paid for and authorized by Make America Great Again, Inc. Not authorized by any candidate. It's a Trump PAC. MAGAPAC.com. Trump crushes DeSantis in new poll conducted by Catturd, y'all. Catturd. That's where we're at in this country. Political PACs spreading Twitter polls created by users named Catturd. Yep. Speaking of Catturd, face reveal. Apparently he has been unveiled, folks, and 100% what you would expect Catturd to look like. Now, I can't believe I'm even having to talk about somebody named Catturd, but this is the bullshit reality in which we live, where this guy under the name Catturd, anonymously, is now one of the most influential people in our country. Literally has Elon Musk on speed dial. When he types out a tweet, Elon Musk is Johnny on the spot to signal boost for this guy, retweet him, spread his message. Donald Trump constantly retweeting this guy. This person. You don't have to be smart. You don't have to be good looking. You don't have to be intelligent. You don't have to have good ideas. None of that to be one of the leading influencers in this country. None of it. You just have to put out vile hatred constantly and look like a human large toe and make bank off of it. This dude is way more influential than I am, folks. I work my ass off. I try to put out good content. I literally sweat my ass off for this fucking show. This cretin got one of the most powerful men in the world, the richest man on earth, on goddamn speed dial in his fucking pocket because the trash earth. But I'm sorry. I can't take it seriously. Right? Calm down, Dusty. It's a joke. It's a joke. I get it, Creator God. I get it. It's a whole joke. Anyway, Catturd says, you know, I'm 100% Trump 2024, but I still love DeSantis as my governor. But if DeSantis doesn't come out soon and make a bold statement against the political witch hunt against Trump, the primary is already over. Blah, 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 blah. 1 million likes for Catturd. Handsome man. Got to give it to him. It looks like he's happy. Looks like he's having a real good life. At least I know his heart's going to explode in his chest for too long, and I'm not going to have to listen to him very much longer. And then Jordan Peterson is back to spread more transphobia because he just can't help it. So this video went viral, folks, of a mole rat coming out from under somebody's house. I don't know why it went viral. I guess it's because you couldn't see the slit in the mole rat's eyes. I guess because it was a little butterball. It looked weird as fuck. People were like, what is that? It's like an uncircumcised dick walking around. So, of course, Jordan Peterson immediately has to get transphobic. He's obsessed with trans people, folks. Because this is all they got, is to spread fear. He's Johnny on the spot to say, I don't know what it is, but if it feels like a woman, it's a woman. Ha, ha, ha. Get it? It's a woman. Oh, God, the one joke. Hilarious. Oh, fresh material. Fresh material. Never heard anything like this before from conservatives. It's no wonder he's the thought leader to chuds, is it? Can't get smarter than this man. It's impossible. And then speaking of losing brain cells, folks, you guys remember Victoria Jackson? Probably the worst Saturday Night Live cast member in history. Well, she Alzheimer's grandma, crazy as shit, boomer now, who does nothing but go out and spread transpanic fear. So what she did, she went to a website that tracks all the books in public libraries, and they found the worst of the worst books they could possibly find that might be at this library in, New York, maybe in this one over here in Portland, Oregon. Books that are not in every library, just could possibly be in a library. And then she got excerpts from them, and she read them, claiming that they were in school libraries, which they weren't. They were just books that happened to be in public libraries here and there. And then she read them out loud in front of an incredibly small audience in order to back up all the bans on books across the country conservatives are implementing in school libraries. And it's worse than you could possibly imagine. Here's the crazy part. She has no problem reading the N-word over and over again, but she won't read the word goddamn. This is the level this crazy lady is at.
Fat cunt, bucket slut, nigger, pig, bitch. He done quit me. He done left me because of you.
Oh, Lord.
What you tell them motherfuckers at the damn hospital? I should kill you. She's screaming at me.
Oh, my. Pearls clutched.
I'm going to marry you, he be saying. Hurry up, nigger, shut up. He mess up dream talking and grunting. First he mess up my life fucking me. Then he mess up the fucking talking. I want to scream, oh, shut up. Nigger, how you going to marry me? You's my daddy. I'm your daughter fucking me illegal. But I keep my mouth shut so the fuckings don't turn into a beating.
Oh, no. Are we outraged yet? Are we outraged? No, we're not. No one gives a shit. You're pathetic, Victoria Jackson, and almost nobody showed up to it. but incredibly fucking embarrassing. This is what you've become. I almost feel sorry for you, but I don't. And then, doing what they do, folks, Trump supporters calling for violence out there. Here's a Trump supporter on Real America's Voice broadcast threatening Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, saying he needs one right between the eyes. Yeah, a bullet between the eyes. 100% a call from violence. He knows what he's doing. They know what they're doing. And with smiling, grinning faces, these ghouls try to pretend like they're not calling for violence right after they call for violence.
I know you've got some strong words for Michael Cohen, because at this time last week, and when we were at that diner here in West Palm, everybody was on standby that maybe Donald J. Trump's going to be arrested, the first president ever. And now we find out, well, the whole case is built on this liar, and new information came out about this letter from 2018. Go ahead, Jerry.
He lives in New York, right, Michael Cohen? He lives in Manhattan.
He's in Manhattan.
I hope he's being protected, because even though the president doesn't condone violence, that man needs his ass handed to him.
Handed to him. Maybe not violence. We're not calling for violence.
Yeah, we're not calling for violence.
I mean, he's a lying.
How could you take that as being violent? He just needs his ass handed to him. That's not violence. Just don't believe your own ears. Don't believe your own eyes. Believe us.
Sack of crap, man, and it pisses me off. And I'd slap a figure 4 leg like on him in seconds. That guy is disgusting. And talk about a horse face.
Oh, wow.
He might the wrong face. I can't stand that guy. Right between the eyes, he needs it. Anyway, that's my opinion.
What does he need between the eyes? What right between the eyes? Yeah, a bullet. Literally calling for the death of Michael Cohen. So here are these grinning ghouls. He's not really calling for violence, y'all. We wouldn't do that. Don't look over here, y'all.
Michael Cohen. You can't let somebody like that off the hook. You can't let him off the hook.
Yeah.
Well, and being from Jersey myself, I want to say that, like, the things that you say, you know, these are normal speak for someone from Jersey. They're not, you're not to be taken totally literally.
Yeah, let's not.
You can't take them out of context.
Don't blame Jersey. Just blame me, okay?
Jersey's the best.
Don't blame
Jersey.
I'm a man. Listen, I'm a man of loyalty. I'm a man of passion. And a man of conviction. And
totally.
For that,
I want to murder my political enemies. So much compassion and conviction.
And to do what he did alone, he needs his ass handed to him. That's it. However you want to define that, okay? I'm a gentleman over here. Okay? Don't own a gun.
Like it this morning.
I don't own a gun. I don't own a gun.
He is. I mean, he's calling for him to be shot between the eyes and beaten in the streets, but he is. He's a compassionate man. Totally, yeah.
Kind of hang out over here, but I have an opinion. And that's my.
We ended on a positive note. God bless America. Jerry from.
Yeah, we ended on a positive note. I just called for the death of this guy, but it's a positive note. Just good God, y'all. This country is so fucking weird. I'm glad it's not meant to be taken seriously. That would be depressing. And speaking of more examples of how this joke country is not to be taken seriously, here's the party that has empowered the House of Representatives, the most powerful political body in the entire country. McCarthy vows to protect Americans from TikTok. Yeah, super cool. I mean, the number one cause of death among kids now is guns. The life expectancy of Americans is dropping. Every single one of us is only one medical emergency away from bankruptcy. And they're focusing on TikTok. Sure, okay, universe. Whatever. I'm done. I'm done with it at this point. And apparently they're actually going to ban TikTok. These freedom of speech lovers, all freedom all the time, are going to ban TikTok. So that's cool. That's cool, America. It's going real well. And then in my neck of the woods, Mississippi, on Tank Reeves, making sure we all suffer for no reason. Representative Benny Thompson, Democrat Mississippi, tells Acosta that the only hospital in Rolling Fork, Mississippi, this is the area a huge tornado just hit, like literally 10 miles down the road, a bunch of people were killed. Everybody's asking me if I was okay. I didn't even know about it until I saw the town Winona, which is not far from here, trending on Twitter. And I was like, why is Winona trending on Twitter? And I was like, oh, tornado, shit, I'm lucky. Anyway, all the hospitals have closed around here because Tank Reeves has turned down millions and millions and millions of dollars to expand Medicaid in this state because he don't need it. His rich good old boys don't need it. His white friends don't fucking need it. And who cares if a bunch of black people die? Who cares if a bunch of poor white motherfuckers like me die? Who gives a shit?
At the moment he gets it, they'll review it and push it right back out the door. Based on what you see and you are showing to your viewers, there's no question that this community cannot come back without significant federal participation.
And Congressman, it looks as though this community has just been wiped out. Is there any part of Rolling Fork left? What can you tell us about that?
Well, the police department is destroyed. City Hall is destroyed. The county courthouse is damaged. The fire departments.
But on the plus side, Brett Favre has a really nice volleyball court for his daughter. So, gotta look on the bright side, y'all. Anyway, just depressing as fuck. And of course, I'm always perpetually running for governor of Mississippi. So feel free to just write me in. And then last up on Chud Watch. Hard to believe that people have been telling me Russell Brand is not a right-wing conservative shithead. I mean, it belays belief. Is that a word? Belays? It goes against logic and common sense if you just go to his YouTube channel and watch his videos or read the topics of them. But hey, if you don't believe me now, let's let him tell you himself.
Tucker Carlson, who on a personal level was extremely kind and beautiful to me, and I think he's a...
Oh, good. As long as he was nice to you on a personal level, then who gives a fuck? Everybody he's hurt, all the racism, all the trans hatred, all the bigotry he spread. Who gives a fuck if he was nice to you, Russell Brand?
To me, and I think he's a good person, and I don't believe that he is a negative influence in American cultural life. Tucker Carlson
literally does not believe a word out of his mouth. This is what it looks like to sell out as hard as you possibly can. This is what it's like to give up every bit of integrity you've ever had, every bit of good faith you've ever been granted by another human being. This is what it's like to sell it all out for the conservative grift, which is incredibly lucrative. They literally have billionaires funding everything they do. This is their poster boy. Can't get any lower than Russell goddamn Brand. And let's go ahead and jump into the he shall be Elon section. You know why? Because he shall be Elon. And I re-upped my subscription to Midjourney so I could generate cool AI pictures like this one. Man, it's getting good, isn't it, folks? I typed in Elon Musk as Elon Musk, comma, money. And that's what it came up with, folks. Pretty good, I gotta say. Midjourney, getting pretty good out there. First off on He Shall Be Elon, apparently William Shatner, who I've kind of been hard on a little bit on the show. But this week, sort of been a hero out there giving Elon Musk the business. William Shatner says, hey, Elon Musk, what's this about blue check marks going away unless we pay Twitter? I've been here for 15 years, giving my time and witty thoughts all for bupkis. Now you're telling me that I have to pay for something you gave me for free? What is this? The Colombian Records and Tape Club? Yeah, you should be paying content creators. You shouldn't be expecting them to pay you. It's the opposite of what should happen, but it's almost like Elon is trying to destroy Twitter on purpose. I don't know if he is or not. I do think he doesn't actually care if Twitter fails because Twitter has been a great platform for conservatives and for progressives and liberals to spread their message. And I don't think he wants that. So if he can't turn it into a right-wing circle jerk, I think he'd be okay with it being destroyed. But apparently this week, he decided to give some of his employees stock options, and he's declared that the stock options will be at a $20 billion evaluation, which is less than half of what he bought Twitter for. So just since he bought Twitter in, 6 months, he's lost more than half its value. Super genius Elon Musk. But like I said, folks, a lot of this is on purpose. He doesn't actually care if he's losing money. The Tesla stock has gone through the fucking roof. He's still the richest man in the world. What does he give a shit if he loses $40 million? As long as it stops the left from winning, as long as it stops the left from getting their message out there, as long as he can control the narrative and he can look super cool to Catturd and I Am Miles Wrong, that's all this giant fucking sack of shit man baby cares about. So good, but also depressing in this trash universe. And that is my hero section. Hell yeah. Gonna do one quick hero after I check the dirty, sexy pores. How you doing, DSPs? Love you all. Good to see you tonight. Dollar Tree has Shatner socks, but the Spock socks are the balls. Hell yeah. Live long and prosper, motherfuckers. Call to Dusty. In Tennessee, we are one natural disaster away from having the same hospital issues. Tennessee did not take in the Fed medical aid expansion. Yes, here in Mississippi, they've shut down most of the hospitals now, folks. Like, if you get sick, just die. Just fucking die in Mississippi. That's what we become now, folks, because they won't take the federal money to help us out. And still, the people here still going to vote for them. Still going to put them in office. The worst among us all the time because they're for guns and guns. And that's all that matters to these brain-dead fucking idiots. It's all part of cruelty at this point. Yep, the cruelty is definitely the point. Tell them, Captain Kirk. I know, right? Get all up in that ass and then make out with some kind of blue alien like you do. And all right, folks, finishing up the show with this one. I got one hero for you. Let's go ahead and play the whole goddamn opening for this one video, because why not? We could be heroes just for one day. We could be. We probably won't, but we could be. And my one and only hero this week is Jon Stewart back, folks, to lay down the brain fart to anybody that says, oh my God, we can't arrest Trump because it's only going to help him get elected. It's only going to make him more popular if we hold him accountable for the shit he's done. Jon Stewart going to lay this bullshit bare.
So there are people who say, yes, you have to indict him because he has in fact broken the laws.
Right.
And there are other people who say this is going to turn him into a martyr. This is his path through redemption.
Sure.
How do you think about it?
Oh, the law should always take into account someone's popularity. I think that's. I mean, what's happened to our country? It's as though you can't even commit financial fraud anymore. You can't inflate the value of your properties when you need a loan and then deflate it with taxes. I mean, the next thing you know, they're going to send you to jail instead of your lawyer and your accountant and your campaign manager and everyone else around you. The idea that someone may face accountability who's that rich and powerful is outrageous, and this country shouldn't stand for it.
But what if it turns out to be his get out of jail free pass? It's his path to, people will see him as a martyr.
Okay.
You're okay with that? He could become president again.
He could become president anyway. Fareed, we either have the rule of law or we have no rule of law. The rule of law does not take into account if that might make you a martyr to somebody. I'd much rather have...
Yeah, what the fuck are you even talking about? God damn it. So frustrating to have to listen to that kind of idiocy, but yeah. Either rule of law exists or it doesn't. It should be more prevalent for them. They should be held more accountable than regular citizens, not less. But god damn it, what you gonna do? It's not to be taken seriously, folks. It's a dark comedy. It's a joke world. So let's laugh to keep from crying. And all right, let's read the super chats. Please hit the like button before you go. And join me on the after party. Lizzie Ben the Catturd got a head like a loaf of ham. Side note, how would you like to be on Let This Mafia? I super chatted Mike Figueredo, and he loves your content. I don't know what that is, but I will check it out. Is it a popular show? I'd be happy to do that. Sounds good to me. Tell him to say what's up. Keeper Lord 972, a professor who had Trump said he was the dumbest student he ever taught. Obviously, Trump is a fucking moron. Can barely even get a sentence out. I say as I fuck up the sentence I'm trying to get out. Keeper Lord 972, God commanded me to give you $2. Not hey. Good on God for once. I'm on his side. Corey Davis, please look at Elon's recent tweet. 754 is crazy. All right, I will have to cover that on the next show, which is going to be here before you know it. So, Thank you for bringing it to my attention, Corey Davis. Stabby Cat. I'm all for goading chuds into fearing rainbows. Hell yeah. Water? It's being filtered? No. Sunlight has been filtered through water? Terrifying. And E, what's up, E? Hope you had a good time in Mexico, E. We missed you on the last few shows. Woo, woo. Love you, man. EMFB. This won't make the world suck any less, but it will feed a few kitties. Hey, it does. I already read that, but it does make the world suck a lot less. Thank you, Andy. Cole James, finishing us out strong. I love you, Dusty. Shit, yeah, Cole James, you actually typed something this time. I love you too, man. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank everybody who donated tonight. I really need it, and it really helps keep me in business. I need all the help I can get fighting back against the conservatives who dominate all our fucking media. It seems daunting, folks. It seems real fucking daunting. But as long as you guys keep supporting me, I'll keep doing it. And speaking of supporting me, folks, jump on over right now to my Patreon. If you're not already a patron, like literally you just decide how much you want to donate per month, whatever it is. It could be as low as $1, but $5 is usually what people give. But whatever. If you have more, give more. But very little amount of money and you get so much more content, and you know you want more because you don't want the party to end, and it doesn't. The party just keeps on going. Right now, we're going to do the after party. We're going to cover all the most important stories according to Reddit. So let's see what Reddit finds interesting, and of course there's a couple other videos I might show you guys that'll piss you off. So be prepared to switch over to the after party right after this show ends. I sure appreciate it. And then folks, the rest of you who are not joining me after party, I will be back on Friday. It's only like 4 days away. Hell to the yeah. You guys know you're not going to want to miss that. Another episode of the greatest show in the history of mankind coming at you. So please hit the like button before you go. Thank you, Django Fett, for $2 you got in. Please, if you're watching this on repeat, leave a comment. That helps with the algorithm. Just whatever comes to your mind. Just fucking type something. But like something sensible that you mean would be better. But whatever. I'm not picky. I'm a slut. So do what you got to do. Love the shit out of you guys. I will see you on a Friday. And as always, till next time, Logic. I understand that music is very subjective. This is my latest song by Dusty Smith. A lot of people didn't like it. Some people did like it. To each their own. Good night, everybody.
When I'm lost in thought and my spirit's low, might I second shot to crush my soul? I never forgot the path I'm on, and I drowned them out with the greatest show. No, I won't stop moving on up. Damn, I'm so close, I can just feel it. Yo, I'm coming out ready or not. All I know is this, but I'm making believe us. No, I ain't got time for the run. Fuck if I give it to just leave us. Yo, I'm burning, but I'm coming out hot. 'Cause all I know is this, but I'm making you believe us. I'm gonna say this, but I'm making you believe us. Yeah. Oh, gonna say this, but I'm making you believe us. Stop, you don't stop, you don't stop. Stop, you don't stop, you don't stop. Stop, you don't stop, you don't stop. If you give it and you just gotta let them win. When I'm lost in thought and my spirit's low, might have second shot to crush my soul. I never forgot the path I'm on, and I drowned them out with the greatest show. No, I won't stop moving on up. Damn, I'm so close, I can just feel it. Yo, I'm coming out ready or not. All I'm gonna say is what I'm making believe us. No, I ain't got time for the rot. Fuck if I give it to just leave us. Yo, I burn them all, I'm coming out hot. All I'm gonna say is what I'm making you believe us. You don't stop, you don't stop.
I don't have any guitar riffs, but if somebody out there wants to play a guitar riff that goes along with the music and send it to me, I can add it and see if it helps. I'm open to suggestions.
You just gotta let them win. Stop, you don't stop, you don't stop. Stop, you don't stop, you don't stop. Stop, you don't stop, you don't stop. If you give it and you're just gonna let them win. And I'm lost and gone, and my spirit's low. My second shot to crush my soul. How did love go down the path I'm on? And I drowned them out with the greatest show. And I drowned them out with the greatest show.
Good night, everybody. See you at the after party.